My main gift is my Gedler side. The power to heal, the power to not so much healing. A Gedler is the power to heal, the power to destroy. But I don't use it to destroy people. But I do other things that you wouldn't class as healing, is what I mean. Like bringing back lost lovers, love potions. I have done darker things, but I've always tried to use it for good.
Dan Paige was born and bred in the UK. Later in life, he ended up in South Africa, where he became known as the White Sangoma. One day, while at a casino, a woman approached him and told him he had a gift.
At the time, I knew about Sangomas, I knew about Inyangas and stuff like that, but I didn't know that she was one. She told me about my kids and everything about me, and everything she said was right. When I found out that my gift required me to toss her, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into.
Dan had to travel a long way to Alexandria, South Africa, to undergo a process known as uktwasa.
During my training, the language barriers were hard, but luckily for me, Longili and her two Kabelas knew English well. So did Longili and Longili's partner. It was quite easy to translate, but there was a lot of drama. With the Makulu, because I was one of Longili's first tossers, I had to toss her under her Kabelas. And with the Makulu, he was convinced that his partner wanted to be with me, and she's also Sangoma. He couldn't speak English at the time, so now I have to keep asking the partner for translations, and then I'm unaware of like the issues that they're having. So every time I talk to the partner, he gets angry and I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Now I know, but I didn't then. When I had to speak Nguni or Umdao, it was hard for me. It was like trying to learn the language, but also trying to toss it at the same time.
While training, the man discovered there was a darker side to his gift.
My main gift is my Gedler side. The power to heal, the power to not so much healing. I've witched people in the past, but it was to help. Mainly, like I've not done it like to be paid for it. I did it to help GBV victims and kids in abuse and women who were being beaten every day like a dog. My main Lozi was quite dark, so I've tried to take the dark that I know I've got to embrace and use it for good. One day I was in Norwood. This lady, she came, she was persistent, she was crying. She was telling me that her son that was with her at the time at the restaurant, the father was using the wooden spoon to widen his own son's ass so that he could rape him. She asked me to do dark things to him, so I did them. He ended up having a car crash.
White Sangoma felt the need to embrace the darker side of his gift, so he sought out a new Gobela. That is how he met Gogo Maweni.
I needed someone to address the Gedler side, which was Gogo Maweni. I met Gogo Maweni at the start of my journey, and she was always supportive, her and Sabelo. We already had a close relationship. It was only maybe a year and a half later, it was her that kept coming into my dreams, and the rituals that were being done in the dreams were to do with Eged. I don't have snakes. Those snakes that Maweni has, they are pets. If they were spiritual snakes, then how is everyone seeing them?
Not everyone finds Dan's gift easy to accept. He needs to prove himself and face the challenges that come his way.
Because I'm white and Sangoma, most of my clients are African. I will help whites and Indians, Chinese, but I try and avoid. It takes me 10 times longer to deal with that one client than to deal with 10 African people. The way people have received me from like an Umbongoma point of view, everyone always assumed it was going to be easy. And it's not, it's harder because I have to prove myself even more. Then it could be someone who's fake, but they're African and they will just believe them over me. But now a lot of people respect me and respect what I do.
He can even recall a moment when his calling put his life at risk.
I was out with my friend, and these 4 guys, they come up to us and they were saying in Setswana. So I asked him to translate, and he said, these guys have been sent from them, one of the main witches here, because they're getting annoyed of you undoing their work and healing people. I just put them to sleep, and then I wake them up and say, come, let's be friends.
The white Sangoma got a lot of stick from people, but he has his own opinion on it.
My understanding why people want to twala. Everyone loves money too much. My take on people feeling like traditional healing is a cult. You believe that 2,000 years ago in Africa, there was a white guy called Jesus. Anything that's said in that book, you believe it. But that the scriptures and everything in the Bible was taken from the pyramids, which is from Africa. Then it was changed to suit an agenda, which was then introduced to Africa the same year as slavery. It's not a cult, it's people waking up, in my opinion. I think my greatest lesson in Tutasa is it's not just about Sangoma things. It's about healing you also. You have to, part of that journey is overcoming the things that have happened to you in the past and moving on and learning to let go.